Very good morning students. I am Manpreet Kaur, your SST teacher. As you know that every Friday now you are receiving one revision video. So today we are going to revise day 14 to day 18 of Unit 2 History. So before we start the revision, all of you open your NCERT books, workbooks and have a copy, a pen and pencil with you. So you already know that in last class we have discussed about the tribal communities, nomads. So today we are going to discuss about the life of the tribal communities and the people who are living in cities and villages. Okay students, in last class we have already covered about the nomads in the medieval period. But let us just once recall that who were nomads. Nomads or the nomadic communities are group of people who move from one place to another and do not have a fixed home. We, all, we have already discussed that nomadic communities were divided into four parts, that is pastoralist, paddler, trader, entertainer, and the trader includes the subparts that was Banjaras. Now let us discuss about the difference between the tribal communities and the Varna based society. We have already discussed in the last revision video that there were four Varna based on the age group, and now in this class also we will discuss about the different types of Varnas of society. So, as you can see that tribal communities were not divided into Varnas because they did not believe in the Varna system, so they created their different community and they named themselves as tribal community. Then they were mainly transferred, knowledge was mainly transferred orally, not in written form. Communities joined, owned land. On the other hand, the Varna had land that was owned individually. They followed rituals and rules set by the Brahmins, and they were under the direct control of kings and queen. And the similarities among the both tribal communities and the Varna society was that some people practiced agriculture in both the communities. Agriculture was main source of income and their lifestyle. And the other similarity is that they interacted with different communities to meet their needs. Okay, students. So now let us discuss about the changes in the Varna based system. We have already discussed about the Varna based system. It was earlier on the age basis, but now let us look about the changes. Now the Varna based society was divided based on the skin color, occupation or class of people. These rules were made by the Brahmins. So obviously who will make the rule? He will be at the top. So similarly Brahmins were at the top, then Kshatri, Vaishya and Shudra. But as the economy grew, the things started to change. Now let us find out what happened. Now with time, the overall wealth in society grew. As you can see earlier, we used to get samosa. You might ask to your parents also that only 25 paisa they used to have a good meal. But now you did not. Now if you take 10 rupees, then also you get what, one packet of kurkure, and that also filled with air only. So as the increase of wealth led to growth in the needs of people. So the as you know that if money is coming to us, so your demands are also increasing. Similarly, the demand for better clothing, furniture, jewelry and well constructed house also increased. Now more goods and services came into existence. People began to learn new skills to make those goods or provide those services. Obviously, if there is demand, then we have to meet the requirement, and this led to new beginning of the new skills and services. Now, this brought changes in the Varna based society. Now, there were new divisions among the existing caste. This division was based on the skills and occupation of the people. So now we can see that Brahma, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra, they again were divided into different categories known as jatis. You already know that if there is any community or any religion, then it is further divided into many jatis. So here we summarize that with the growth of the economy, growth of the needs of people also increases, which result in the production of new goods and services and creation of new occupations, and at last change in social structure. Now let us discuss about the social change in the communities. We have discussed about the social change in the Varnas. Now we will discuss about the tribal communities. Now each tribe had numerous smaller communities. As new kingdoms emerged, tribal communities came together to form their own states and kingdoms. Now this led to change in their social structure. As you can see there earlier what happened, that there were small tribes. One tribe is living here and one tribe is living at near far place. But now with the demand that if they have to survive, so what they did, they combined as united themselves as to form the big kingdom. Now before the emergence of states, people living varna based societies followed a hierarchy while the members of tribal societies were equal. We know that in varna based, as you can clearly see, they followed the hierarchy, and in the tribes, the tribal people were equal. This thing we have already discussed in last video also. Now people in tribal community were mainly from the same family and were not divided into varnas. One thing more, students, if you are writing the answer, if any time difference is asked you can draw this diagram. On one side varna based system and other is tribal communities. Okay. Now after the emergence of state, now the kingdom became larger and the tribal chiefs wished to join the Kshatriya caste. Now what happened, now the tribal chief wanted to join the Kshatriya caste. So the tribal chiefs allowed Brahmins to settle in their communities and gave them grants. In return, the Brahmins helped them to join the higher ranks of the Varna based society. On the other members of the tribe, however, were given the status of lower caste like the Shudras. So what happened when the tribal community was there, then when they form a big kingdom, so now they become king. Now kings already mostly fall into the Kshatriya category. So now the king of the tribal community was gone to Kshatriya community and the other people were fall into the Shudras. Now many tribals rejected the Varna based system and converted to other religions. So like the tribes of Punjab, Sindh and northwestern frontier started following Islam. Now let us discuss about the few tribal communities, that is Gonds and Ahams, in the medieval period. Now who were Gonds? The Gonds lived in a vast forested region called Gondwana, or country inhabited by Gonds. Now the Gondwana region covered eastern Madhya Pradesh and western Odisha. The tribe was divided into smaller clans, each with its own head or raja, or we can say the head of our family to grandfather, yes, or grandfather. So similarly, one clan was divided such that there will be grandfather and he is having his members. So however, all members of their society were equal. So similarly, clan is what? A group of families who are related to each other. Now over time, a few heads of the clan became powerful and dominated everyone. The Gond leaders wished to become more powerful and be recognized as Rajput. Now again what happened, like the similarly, now the head of clans again wanted to join the Kshatriyas. So again they gave grant to Brahmins who became influential in Gond society, and again the Gond society was also divided into Varnas and Jatis. Now the Gonds were attacked by the Mughals in 1565 century and defeated. Their queen Rani Durgavati chose to die rather than surrender. Again, this one mark question can be asked to you that who was head of the Gond society. Answer will be Rani Durgavati. Now, the last of the kingdoms were defeated by the Bundels and Marathas. Now comes the second type of tribal community, that is Ahams. Now Ahams migrated from present day Myanmar to the Brahmaputra valley. The Ahams used firearms to overthrow the existing political system and annex other kingdoms and build a large state. Now their society was divided into clans or khels which controlled several villages. Each village had to send a number of workers called Paiks to work for the administration. Now, peasants were given land by the community and no one could take it away without the community's permission. They encouraged literature, theatre, and art. The Aham clans broke out due to a system of forced labor. They where each village has to send a number of workers called Paiks to work for the administration. The movement of people from densely populated areas to less populated ones, as kings gave grant to Brahmins, their influence increased and led to the spread of Hinduism. Now they were attacked and defeated by the Mughals in 1662. However, the Mughals were unable to rule the area for very long. So students, now we will fill in different pictures about the life in cities, village and tribal areas to compare and see how different ways of living can exist at the same time. So as you can see in the medieval period, what are the features? That hubs of trade and culture was there. They had busy markets, administrative centers were there, and the lifestyle of the people was they followed the Varna system. Society was divided into jatis. They were ruled by king, like today we are having prime minister and president, and followed many rituals. Now occupation, mainly they were craft persons, traders, soldiers, priests, and farmers. On the other hand, if we see the life of cities in nowadays, they have crowded, tall buildings, paved roads, well connected to other towns, good transport and communication facility. And lifestyle, modern lifestyle, varied social structure, people of different religion and culture you can find at same place. Occupation is too vast, bankers, traders, business people, profession, and so on. Now, if we look about the life of villages in the medieval period, so there were smaller towns. Village usually had a central marketplace and market streets called hattas. Lifestyle of the people, they usually traveled for trade, paid taxes to samantas, exchanged good with nomads, and were ruled by kings or queens. Occupation again porters, oil pressers, sugar makers, toddy makers, smiths, stone mason, etc. On the other hand, if we discuss about the life of villages in today area, so they have large open spaces, houses and buildings. They have few paved roads, not very crowded, and people have limited access to modern technology. They elect their own panchayat, and occupation is again that farmers, shopkeepers, daily farmers, teachers, small trader, etc. And at last, if we discuss about the life of tribal areas in the medieval period, so they lived in forest, hills, and remote areas. Members were usually related to each other. They were equals, jointly owned land, and passed on knowledge orally. Occupation was again agriculturist, hunter gatherers, and animal hunters. On the other hand, if we discuss about the life of tribal areas in today's scenario, so they still live in remote areas, forest, cut off from other societies. Lifestyle, they still lead similar lives within their tribes. However, many members also chose to move out and live in towns and cities. Occupation was again the same agriculturist, hunter gatherers. Many people also chose to engage in modern occupation as well. So, students, this was all for the lifestyle of the people of tribal communities, people living in cities, people living in towns at medieval period and today. I hope that all your doubts regarding the topics that we have covered in the day 14 to day 18 has been clear to you. For further inquiry, you can ask me personally or message me on my WhatsApp number. At last, I want to say that stay healthy and keep learning. Thank you and have a nice day.